We're going to focus on how you can export your students within your Locker system for the purpose of uploading them to your Mailchimp account for the purpose of targeted marketing. So we're here in the Academy Manager area, and from here we can navigate to the Students page and select All Students. On this page, we can see a list view of all of the students within our Locker system. For the purpose of uploading this data to Mailchimp, we're going to go and click on the Export All Students button. Once that is downloaded, we'll be presented with a CSV file on our device, which will look something like this. This is in Numbers on Mac, but you may also be able to be viewing this on an Excel if you're using a Microsoft system. And we're not going to be using all of the data within this CSV file necessarily when we upload to Mailchimp. But what we want to do before we upload to Mailchimp, we're going to navigate across to the Receive Email column. So this column here is indicating whether the customer at the point of purchase on the store or on the booking system, or when they created their account on the app or the web-based system, whether they agreed to receive marketing information from you. So complying with the guidelines of general data protection laws, what we need to do is we need to filter out all of the customers who have not agreed to receive marketing information. So in Numbers, what we're going to do is navigate across to the Organize button. We're going to navigate to Sort, and we're going to sort the entire table, and we're going to do the column which is Receive Email. And what we're then going to see is all of the students who have not agreed are showing at the top as we've selected Ascending. And what we can then do is we can highlight all of these students, go down to our last student where it says No, and we're going to go ahead and delete those rows. So now we've only got students that have agreed to receive marketing information. The final thing that we're going to do is we're going to tag these students based on what they relate to within our Locker system to deliver more targeted marketing. So in this example, I've added a tags column that we can see just here. And I've manually put in against each student's name a tag that I want to show on our Mailchimp account. So in this example for Lynn Canavan, I've tagged her as a junior. So either that might be a parent or it's a student themselves who relates to junior activity within our coaching programs. So once we've added some tags, what we then need to do is save that as a CSV file. And we can of course upload to Mailchimp without adding the tags column. Once we've done that, we can click Export. And we now need to navigate to our Mailchimp account, which will look something like this. So we now need to import our contacts to our audience list. So for most of you viewing this video, you'll have a free level of Mailchimp account, which limits you to have one audience list. And this is the good way in which using tags is beneficial, in that you don't have to create multiple audiences. You can have one audience list and then tag your customers within that one audience. So what we're going to do is we're going to navigate across to Manage Audience, and we're going to go to the option that says Import Contacts. So from here we then get the option to copy and paste or upload a file. We're going to choose Upload a File, and we're then going to select the file from our computer. So Students with Tags. Once we've selected that file, we're going to click Continue to Organize, and the status that we're going to choose is Subscribed. We want to tag all of these as customers who have agreed to be subscribed to our mailing list. And we can choose whether we want to update any existing contacts, but we're going to ignore that for now, and we're going to go ahead and click Continue to Tag. Now, we've already added a tags column in our CSV file, so we don't need to add a tag at this point. So we're going to go Continue to Match. And it's now where we need to decide which columns we want to import into our Mailchimp list. So based on the column names, we've got here first name and last name, and then we've got a username field. Now it's not necessary for us to upload username information, so we can see here that the column here is marked in orange, and if we wanted to, we could change the column label to something more recognizable to Mailchimp, but we don't want to upload this column, so we're going to leave that as purple with an error, as orange with an error. We definitely want to upload the email address, and then we can choose which of the columns here that we want to upload. So we definitely want to upload the mobile information. So again, we can choose from the column label phone number and click confirm. And we don't need to upload any information relating to memberships. And we can add a column here, I think, to say marketing permissions. Click confirm. And we're going to leave that second one for SMS as orange. And then the last one that we've added is the tag. So what we're going to do now, it's not recognizing the tag's name that we added in our spreadsheet, but what we can do is click on the orange section, and we can see here that we've got the option to select tags. So we can now select that, click confirm, and Mailchimp now recognizes that these are assigned tags that we want to create. So we've got junior, adult, demo. So finally, we need to go and finalize the import. And it's saying that 16 contacts are going to be imported. Let's go ahead and complete the import. And we can now go back to view imported contacts. And we can see now that we've got our imported contacts that are added just here with the email accounts. And we can also see that the tags have been created next to these customers. So if we went to a campaign now, let's say we want to create a new campaign. So once we get to our campaign setup page, as we see here, I've just created a quick one called demo. We can go now and go to edit recipients, and we can actually select from our audience. So we've got our audience selected here. We can go ahead and select the tags. So here we've got junior and we've got adult demo. So if I select the adult demo and click save, so we're now going to send this email campaign to 2 recipients rather than our whole mailing list of 466 customers. So we can target our marketing now based on the tags that we've assigned from our locker system.